guys, can I get tables 3 and 5 to come to the carpet, please? Good job. Thank you, Annabelle. Thank you guys for coming down quickly. Come on, Charlie. Come on, Logan. You don't need a pencil right now. We're just going to talk about it. Thank you, guys. Okay, so what have we been talking about over the past couple days? Katlyn? Volume, okay? And what is the formula for volume?
Length times width times height.
Length times width times height. Okay, so when we first started, we did one rectangular prism, right?
Yep.
And then we just multiplied the length of it, the width, and then by the height, right? Then we started going over composed figures. So what was the difference between the first one and the second one? Damien?
You would have to cut the second figure in half.
So there's two figures, right? And so we're going to have to break them apart. So yesterday when we did this worksheet, I asked you to find the volume of the figure. So we had to break it apart and we separate it by A and figure B, right? So we're going to do an error analysis with a couple that were incorrect. A lot of y'all did really well on this. But the ones that were incorrect, I just want y'all to look at it. And then that way y'all can see how you can fix your problem. Okay? What did we do wrong? That's what we're going to look at today. So it says, what is the volume of the composed figure? So this person did a great job. Look, they separated it, right? And then they did, let's see, they did 2 times 4 times 10. Where did they get 2 times 4 times 10? Gunner.
They got 2 times 4 times 10 because on the bottom.
On the bottom right here, right? So this was figure A. Okay, so do y'all agree 2 times 4 gives us 8, right?
Yes.
And then the other one was 10, and 8 times 10 gives us 80.
Yes.
Okay, so what about the second figure? What did they do for the second figure?
They split it and then they did 2 times 4.
They did 2 times 4, right?
Yeah.
What's wrong with that? What did they do wrong? Quinlan?
They didn't put the width there.
Right? They didn't put the width. Well, yeah, they put the length, which was 2. And then they put the height. They even found the height. They subtracted the 6 minus the 4, right? For the height, or the 2, sorry. And then they got 4. So the only thing that we're missing was this 4 right here. Okay, do y'all see that? You have to have 3 numbers. You have to have your length, you have to have your width, and you have to have your height. So when y'all are writing these out, I want you guys to put what the length is for each one, what the width is, and what the height is. So that way you know that you're getting all 3. Okay? Because if she would have done that, she would have got this right. Good job, guys. So what would I have done? I would have done 2 times 4 and got 8 times 4, right? And that would have given me what?
32.
32.
And then you add the 88 and 32.
And then I added, if I would have added the 80 and the 32, I would have got 112, and that would have been the correct answer, right? Good. You guys see that?
Yeah.
Okay, let's look at another one.
It's frozen.
Oh, it's frozen. All right, what about this one? Just y'all take a minute and look at it, and then y'all tell me what you think's wrong. Can you see, Charlie? See better? No? When you figure it out, raise your hand. Allison, you see it?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Sarah Kate.
Because there's no height.
Because there's no height. Let's see what they found. They did, I see 3 times 7 here. So I see that they were finding the height and the length, right? And And then they multiplied that by 8. So I see that they found figure A. A was right, right? What's wrong with B? Quinlan.
So they for the 3 that's the width, but they didn't put that height.
So what's wrong with the length? I see it right off the bat. Gunner.
They didn't split the length.
They didn't split it, right? Because they just multiplied 15 times 3. They did the length times the width. But what is this length right here? That's the whole side, right? We just want to know what this one is right here. What is this figure? Right?
Because you subtract the 8 feet on the bottom.
Okay, raise your hand. So we would say 15 minus 8, right? Because this one we know is 8 right here. So I would just go ahead and put an 8 on that side. So this little one is 8. If my whole thing is 15, I'm going to have to subtract 8 from 15 to find out what this width is, or this length is right here. So if I did 15 minus 8, what do I get?
You get 7.
7, right? So then that's my new length for this one. So how would I write it up differently now? Gunner.
7 times 3 times 3.
7 times 3 times 3. Okay, so you got the length right here, which we found, the new one, which is 7. You got the width right here. They even labeled it for you. 3. And then where did you get this other 3? Where did you get the height?
Near the bottom left.
Near the bottom left. Why did you get that one? Why did?
It's next to the corner, which makes it like the.
Okay, and you see that this is one length, right? These aren't stacked on top of each other like this one. If we looked at, we can't see it. If we looked at this one, guys, you can visually see that these are two separate ones. The height is different, right here, right? It's like a little step stool right here. Right here, it is all the same. So we're going to use this same height because it's the same way all the way across. Does that make sense? Okay. So if we did that, what do I do first? I'm going to label it. Length, width, height. What do I do first?
You do 7 times 3.
Length times width first. Why break it apart?
It will be easier.
It's easier, right? You're going to get confused. So if we did 7 times 3, what do we get? Gunner.
21.
21. And then 21 times 3 gives me
63.
63. Let's see. 21. If you can't see that, let's see. 21 times 3. 3 times 1 is 3. And then 3 times 2 is 6. Y'all see that? So 63. So that is my new volume for B. So I would take which numbers? The first ones that they got, right?
1, 8, 3.
What did they get? Let's see. 3 times 7 times 8. So what they do wrong there? How did they put that? Is that length times width times height for A?
Oh, they did 15.
You could get the same answer, but technically this is height, right? The 3. And then that would have been width. And then length. So let's change that. Let's go back to 8. Length times width times height. So what is 8 times 7?
You put an 8 instead of a 3.
Oh, sorry. Thank you guys. 3. What's 8 times 7?
It's 56.
56. And 56 times 3 gives me, let's see, 56 times 3,
68.
6 times 3, 6, 12, 18, right? Put a 1 here. 5 times 3 is 15, 16, 168. So 168. Do I keep that number? No, why?
You have to add it.
That's just the volume of A, right? So I need both volumes, so plus 63. $131? Everybody get that? 231? Sorry, 231? I did 6. See it? All right, let's do one more. wrong with this one? I can't really see it. Just look at their work. Is 8 times 5 times 4 right? Right? So that's of A. So they found A. They did 8 times 5, and then the height is what? 4, right? Tells me that there. So technically 5 times 8 times 4. So they got that one right. What's wrong with the second one? What's wrong right here? Just check this right here. Let's see.
5 times 5 times 4. And 15 times 5 times 4.
Did they get 48?
Yeah, they got 48%.
So they got 75. This is right, right? Times 4. Is 75 times 4 48?
No.
No, right? So what do y'all need to do? Double check your work. Because this they could have easily got right. They even set it up. They got 15, they got 5, and they got 4, right? The only problem was that 48 right there. Because if we take 75 times 4, what do we get? 5 times 4 is 20. 7 times 4, 28 plus 2, 30. So it should have been 300, right? For this one right here. For B. And then we would have had to add A, right? Okay, good. And if we added A, they found A right here because they did 8 times 5 times 4 and they got 160. So the answer should have been 460. Y'all see that? Good job, guys. Alright, so now we're going to go back to our PowerPoint. Some of you guys, when I say volume, what comes to your mind? What are you thinking of? What is volume? I know we said length times width times height, but what is it? It's what?
How loud or low.
Okay, you're thinking of a different volume. What about this volume? What did we say volume was? We said that, yeah, but what is it? Logan. It's what? How big something is? Okay, who else? Allison? Math? Anybody else? Travis?
Maybe like the mass of the object.
The mass of the object. All the space that occupies that object. That's what volume is. So a better way to look at it is if you're looking at this, just think of it as these little cubes, right? When we first started, we looked at the cubes. That's how many cubes are in there. Okay, it's just the volume, just how much space is in there. Okay? So let's just go through this PowerPoint, and let's do this together. So it says to find the volume of this shape, let's start with the purple piece. So what is the length of the purple piece?
4.
Just the purple. Annabelle?
4.
4. How'd you get 4? You counted the pieces. 1, 2, 3, 4. Good. So for just the purple piece, we're going to put 4. What about the width? Quinlan? 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Good.
Are you sure? I think it's 3. No, that's the length still. Yeah.
Oh,
That's
sorry, guys.
3.
Sorry.
It's
Good. Good catch, guys. 1, 2, 3. Good. What about the height?
Oh, you gotta fix the width.
Who can give me a height? Somewhere over here. Logan.
It's
6. Let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Good. So we have 6, 3, 4. Good. I don't know if I can enter it in. So what does that equal? How would I set it up? How would I write it? Damien.
4 times 3 times 4.
4, because he did the length first, right? Times 3 for width.
4, 6.
And then times 6 for height. And then what do we get? 72. How did you get that? You did 4 times 3 first and got what? 12. And then 12 times 6 gives us 72. Good job. So now we found, what did we find? Somebody tell me. What did we just find? Raise your hand. Isa. The volume of just the purple object, right? So we're not done. We have to find this volume. Okay, so let's go to the next one. I'm going to write it over here because it's going to erase my work. We said it was 72. Okay, let's write it right here so we don't forget. 72. Go to the next one. All right, so now it says find the volume of the yellow piece. Who can tell me the length of the yellow piece? Okay. 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Good. Who can tell me the width? Here, Maya. 3. 1, 2, 3. All right, what's the height? Violet. 2. 1, 2. Okay, so if we take 4 times 3, 12 times 2, and that gives me 24. So the volume of just this yellow cube is 24. Okay, so now it says add them together. Why do we add them together? To find the whole volume. So if we did 72 plus 24, 96, okay, 4 plus 2 is 6, 7 plus 2 is 9. So we get 96. Do y'all see this better, that they broke it up in different colors? Okay, good. Let's try one more. Find the total volume of the composite figure, okay? So what about red? Let me see, raise your hand. Logan, come up to the board and fill out the equation for red. What's our length? First look at length, right? Length times width. Good. 4, good. Now what's the width? Going this way, right? What's our width? Length times width and then height. 2, good. And then what's our height? 2, good. So what would that equal? 4 times 2 is 8. 8 times 2 is 16. Awesome. How do you do, guys? Is that right? Yeah. Good. Let's see, who can tell me the volume of the next one? Allison. Okay, she got the right numbers, but what's wrong? Mix them up. How'd you mix them up? You did height first, right?
Yeah.
Length times width. There you go. All right, now what do we get? 6 times 2. You can even do math over here to the side if you need to. 12, okay. 84. Good. It's okay. 84. Awesome. Thank you, Allison. All right, so Gunnar, how can we find the total cubes, the total volume of this figure? Everybody get 100?
Yes.
Awesome. Good job, Gunnar. Thank you. All right. Let's go, guys. Let's see if they have another one. We'll do one more. All right, so now we have to find the volume of this one. What? Just by looking at it, what's different?
It's upside down.
Okay, it's upside down. What else? What do you notice?
Two different shapes stuck together.
Okay, yeah, we know that it's going to be two different shapes. What about the two shapes is different?
They're different colors. 3D.
Okay, anybody else? Oh, no, what I'm looking for is the height, right? That's what you're going to say? Okay, good. So the height is different. That's why I automatically see. So what am I going to do if the height's different? Maybe not for this one. We don't know yet. But, like, what do we normally do? Yes? Subtract it, right? We'd have to subtract it. But let's see if we have to. Because there's some that we know we don't have to, right? All right, so let's see. Who can do my orange for me? Violet. Okay, so just do the orange, and then we'll see. Good. Okay. Did y'all get the same answer? Yeah? Okay, so she got her length is 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then she got her width is 1, 2, 3, 4. And then she got her height. 1, 2, 3, 4. Good. Thank you. Who have it? You have it going, right? Jeremiah, come on. You're going to do green. So what is our length of green? So 5 times 4 is 20, and then 20 times 8 is 160, okay? So then what do we do? Juliana, what do we do? How do we find the volume of the whole figure? Add them, good. And after we add them, what are we going to do? We're going to double check our work, right? We learned that from the last one that we were looking at, right? Because all they did wrong was multiply the wrong numbers, right? Always double check your work. Because you could have this and know exactly what to do and still get the problem wrong. Good. You double checked it? Good. So then write them. Okay, so 240. That's our answer. Awesome, guys. Good job. Does this make more sense now?
Yes.
Yes. Good. All right. So let's see. You have in your Google Classroom, you have a little quiz so I can see how much you know and how much you just learned from this. They're not going to be cubes like you see here. It's going to be like what we did yesterday. Okay, it's the same concept, right? We know that there's still just cubes in there. Same concept, except they're just going to give you the answer for you, and you just have to put the problem in, right? Okay? All right, do your very best so I can see what you know. So go back to your seats.